Welcome to the President's Diary, where we take a look at His Excellency Dr. President Irfaan Ali's week of activities. His Excellency started his week when he and a government team met with officials from the Latin America and the Caribbean region of Airport Councils International. The visiting delegation included its Director General and its past president. The Vice President of Tradeco Group, a Mexican construction and infrastructure development company, also accompanied the ACI-LAC team. ACI-LAC represents over 270 airports in 34 countries and territories. President Ali announced that Guyana, along with other member states of CARICOM, at the recently concluded 33rd Intersessional Meeting of CARICOM Heads of Government, agreed to a strategic approach to achieving its goal of reducing the region's food import bill by 25% by 2025.
There's some key imports in the region that we will be looking at. And with the use of technology, with the use of science, we will be able to up our production even against the constraint of the pressure of land. If I may give you a simple example, in some crops where an acre of land, Dr. Blair, was used to produce 30 tons of tomatoes. 1 acre of land was used in a traditional way to produce 30 tons of tomatoes. Using science and technology, a quarter of an acre of land can now produce 20 tons of tomatoes. And that is vertical agriculture. That is using the modern way of growing high-value crops. And also, it helps in terms of resilience against climate and climate-related activities.
The President said in 2020, the region imported 98.8% of its poultry and poultry byproducts from extra-regional markets. In 2020, the total value of poultry imports totaled US $242 million.
In 2020, we were consuming about 550,000 metric tons. That is as a region. The projection is by 2025, we will need 645,000 metric tons. That is an increase of about 17% from where we are today. To achieve that, we did some backward and forward analysis as to how much feed we will need to grow the industry and to see how we can create the opportunity in the backward linkage in the region. Because you'll require corn production, you'll require soy production.
Also, President Ali met with an executive team from Intercorp, a conglomerate of multinational Peruvian companies which focuses on providing financial, retail, education, and healthcare services. The 10-member delegation is led by company head Carlos Rodriguez Pastor. President Ali first met with the group on the sidelines at the United Nations General Assembly in New York last September. The President had also met with the group during a follow-up meeting in December in Georgetown. At Wednesday's engagement, the head of state was joined by Vice President Dr. Barajagdio, Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony, Minister of Education Priya Manikchand, Minister within the Ministry of Public Works Deodat Indar, and other government representatives. Additionally, His Excellency and several government officials met with a delegation from Mount Sinai Health System at the office of the President. Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony, who joined the President, said government is building a partnership with the private healthcare institutions and Mount Sinai. He explained that discussions are centered on a national health plan and on developing healthcare in specific areas such as oncology, cardiology, and endocrinology, with a specific focus on diabetes. The visiting delegation, made up of technical heads, will work with their local counterparts to create an action plan. Mount Sinai Health System is a hospital network in New York with 8 hospital campuses, more than 6,600 primary and specialty care physicians, and 13 ambulatory surgical centers. President Ali also attended the annual Police Officers Conference, where he affirmed that government will continue supporting the efforts of the force in strengthening its relationship with the public. The head of state said for the One Guyana vision to be achieved, citizens must feel safe and trust that security are professional.
I want to congratulate the work of the Guyana Police Force in communities. Some communities described as at-risk communities. Very proactive and targeted work. And I want to assure the Guyana Police Force that the government will back them with livelihood options and will back them with the necessary tools to give these communities an alternative and help them to be incorporated into the mainstream economy.
The head of state said he is pleased that his calls last year for the force to build public trust has yielded results.
I anticipate that this year we will see a more concerted and focused effort to develop a medium to long-term strategy aimed at improving the image of the force. I look forward to interventions to boost public confidence in the work of the Guyana Police Force. The police must improve its relations with the communities and citizens. The public is also obligated to support the work of the force. If there is mistrust in these relations, public order will be under threat because the police will be unable to elicit the degree of support it needs to effectively execute its lawful mandate.
President Ali said while government will improve the assets of the force, the attitude of officers must not hinder effective policing. This has been the President's Diary, where we took a look at His Excellency Dr. President Irfaan Ali's week of activities. Thank you for watching and do join us again next week.